Welcome to Fusion Lifestyle Show from Darwin, Northern Territory. On this third episode, we have invited Dr. Kush Shrestha for first half of the program. Dr. Kush Shrestha is an orthopedic surgeon and currently serving as an Deputy Director of Orthopedic Department at Royal Darwin Hospital and also a visiting medical officer for Darwin Private Hospital. Dr. Kush also contributing for Nepal and Nepalese people with his expertise and have initiated a humanitarian project since 2015. Dr. Kush Shrestha and team are aiming to develop sub-specialist field like arthroplastic surgery, sports surgery, upper limb surgery, foot and ankle or tumor surgery, and looking forward to collaborative approach between Nepalese surgeons and other specialists in this venture. We are fortunate to have Dr. Kush Shrestha on our program for a short interview. So let's find out more about himself and his future plans. Thank you very much for coming to our show, Dr. Kush.
You're welcome.
We really want to know about yourself, your journey from Nepal to Australia, if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure. I came in 1992 to Adelaide to undertake university studies. I studied at the University of Adelaide and then initially did a Bachelor of Science and then did Bachelor of Medicine and Surgery, completed in 2000. After that, I went to England to do 3.5 years of further surgical training. Then I came back to Adelaide in 2004 and then completed my orthopedic training. And 2013 I went to Canada and did my further specialist training in the sports and arthroplasty. I've been in Darwin since 2015 undertaking this both sports, arthroplasty and trauma surgery.
So what was your biggest challenge establishing yourself as a successful and reputed orthopedic surgeon in Australia?
Yeah, there are a lot of challenges involved with any job, particularly with this kind of surgery. The main challenge I find is to find time for yourself and your family. The main priority at the moment is the patient care. So you got to devote a lot of time for the patients. You got to keep your knowledge updated. So you got to do a lot of our personal development, going to a lot of conferences. Also, we got to be involved with research, teaching the junior doctors and establishing the department and all that. So a lot of that takes a lot of time, and I think that finding time for yourself becomes the biggest challenge.
In June 2018, team of 16 nurses and doctors from Australia traveled to Nepal to teach 14 Nepalese orthopedic surgeons and 30 nurses during hip and knee arthroplastic symposium. Could you please share with us your experience and outcome of the project, please?
Yeah, this was a really successful program, which it was a team effort. So we had 4 doctors, 5 nurses, a lot of admin staff, and a total of 16 volunteers from Darwin went to Nepal. So we went to Dhulikhel Hospital, one of the teaching hospitals in Nepal, to run this hip and knee symposium, which is basically teaching the local orthopedic surgeons how to perform hip and knee surgery. So we're trying to take the Western standard of care to Nepal and try to teach the local surgeons how to perform and also learn from them. It's more like collaborative approach. So we had a really good reception from there. They were really enthusiastic. We ran the Sawbone workshop, it was a practical workshop of how things are done, and people just wouldn't leave the room. So they were so interested. So it was very pleasant to teach the local doctors. Similarly, nurses were very keen to learn our techniques as well, and our nursing faculty, physiotherapist faculty were very keen to impart our knowledge from here. So our main aim is to find a common ground of how we can use the local resources to develop the standard to our Western standard. So that, I think we got a small achievement from that, and we've been asked to come back again to teach them. So it was a really fruitful program.
It must have been hard work organizing hip and knee arthroplastic symposium in Nepal. Tell us, how long it really took to organize such event in Nepal?
Yeah, I think it took around 2 years. So I think after the earthquake, when with all you guys' help, and I took the orthopedic implants in Nepal 6 weeks after the earthquake, and I knew they were lacking in trauma, orthopedic surgeries and all that. So from then on, I started discussing with the local faculty, I brought one local orthopedic surgeon to train under me. It took me another year, and after this surgeon went home, then it was more easier. So he went home and established this network of people and network surgeons, and that took almost 2 years to establish everything.
The budget that you might have allocated for trip and training in Nepal must have hit significant number, including volunteer contributions. So how did you manage all those funds?
Yeah, in monetary value it does. But a lot of all the volunteers paid their own way, volunteer their time. So that way, cost was minimized. So we did raise fund from last year's fundraising event. So that money was used towards the conference organization, and also we got these first aid boxes to distribute to the local health centers. So monetary wise, it does cost a significant amount, but I was lucky to have an excellent volunteers at the moment who volunteer their time and money. But this probably won't last for long, but we just need to then look at the various ways of raising funds for the similar projects.
So what message would you like to convey to wider Australian community who want to support your excellent cause? Also, your initiation hip knee arthroplastic symposium in Nepal, will it be continued in future? Is it feasible?
Yeah, it's definitely feasible. It will be continued in future. So the message that I want to give it to everyone is we are trying to take the standard of care that we get here to Nepal in their own surroundings, so that people there don't suffer suffer pain from hip and knee and other orthopedic conditions, or in the same way in the medical conditions. So the hip and knee arthroplasty was the initial setup because that was what my specialty is, but I'm going to start expanding to different specialty and all the medical fields in future, because our association got doctors from different specialty will help out. So it's a very feasible project, and with a team effort, everyone's involved, then it's possible to do anything. The main message that we want to convey is, yes, we have all the Nepalese people in Nepal. There's a lot of discrepancy between the access to healthcare. So I'm targeting mainly disadvantaged people, communities who struggle with their daily life because of these medical conditions. And we want to take the care that we provide here over there, so the doctors can provide the standard of care, similar standard of care from here to there. And also I want to prevent people traveling to other countries like India and South Asia to get the basic medical treatment.
Once again, we would like to convey our gratitude and best wishes to Dr. Kush and his entire team for the wonderful contribution they are providing to the community. Now, on our Fusion Lifestyle Show, we are promoting arts and supporting emerging artists and talents from various disciplines. On today's episode, we will be presenting you a short movie, Under the Emu Sky. This short movie was produced by the support of local cast and crew and talents during 2014. Please enjoy.
Morning, Mrs. Carvey. Jimmy, you're getting late. I'm coming. You and Luca, be careful, okay? Mwah. Good morning, Mr. Kirby.
Good morning, Luca.
Another time, Timmy, okay?
That's you, Timmy.
Hello? Look, I have a work deal with some colleagues tonight, so do you mind if I send Luca your way? Oh, absolutely. Boys can play. We're all home. Thanks for that. I'll let him know. No worries. See you soon. Bye.
Who was that?
Luca's mum. He's going to come around for the day while she pops out.
Yes!
Eat your breakfast, Tim.
I don't want Cheerios.
You can't have noodles every morning, honey. Eat your cereal.
What else did you boys do?
Camp stuff.
Didn't you sleep under the stars?
No, we didn't sleep under the stars. We got to learn about some stars and constellations in Aboriginal culture.
Such as?
You know the Southern Cross. It's actually called the...
Hello? Anyone home?
Hi, come in, honey. You want some breakfast?
No, thank you.
Hey, Tim, are you alright?
hungry.
Did I do something wrong, Mrs. Covey?
No, honey. He's upset he didn't get to go with you two.
Oh, well, I guess her story is upset him more.
No, I think he just wishes he could have seen what you saw.
Okay, I better get to work.
Oh, honey, give me that. You'll be late.
Oh, thanks. You guys have a good day.
Yeah, see ya. Mom, do you need this? Why? Because we'd like to use it for something. What are you planning to do? Make something for Tim. Okay, I guess. Thanks, Mom. Mom, do we have any string?
String?
Yeah.
Why don't you check the bottom drawer?
Alright, thanks. It's not yet.
Are you looking in the bottom drawer?
Oh, actually, I found it. Oh, thanks, I found it.
Hey, Luca.
Hi, Mr. Covey.
Mom?
Yeah.
Where are you?
Bathroom.
Can I come in?
Yeah.
I need one of Dad's belts. Like the ones with the holes in them.
You want a belt now? Why?
We need it.
You're gonna have to ask your dad when he gets home.
Hey, Jimmy. What are you boys up to out there?
It's a surprise for Tim.
Don't ask me. Dad hasn't told me a single thing all day.
Oh, Dad, can I use your belt?
My belt? Why?
I really want to surprise Tim before dinner. Thanks.
Come on, tell me what's going on out there.
I have no idea.
Timmy, wake up! Timmy! Dave, wake up! Turn the light off! Wake up! I've got something to show you. Come out to the veranda, come on! Why? Trust me! Just come! I'll show you.
Better be good. I was sleeping.
Hey, just come. Wake up! Come on! Come on!
What is it?
Just come lie down. We'll show you. Come on, lie down.
So you guys spent your whole day making this?
Yeah. And this here is...
Southern Cross.
In the Aboriginal stories passed down to children, they say the Southern Cross is a possum up a tree.
A possum?
Yeah, a possum. And this here is an emu, sleeping. His head is pointing towards the Southern Cross.
They call him the Annie on the sky.
There are so many stars, and they all have wonderful stories behind them.
What's that?
That is the
Orion Bell! Get it? A bell?
Please, Dad's book.
And they did all this in a day.
Yep, with Lucas' help.
Was it like this and real?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
And you know, the Orion Belt is actually three brothers who love fishing.
We love fishing.
Yeah, and the reason they're up there is because one of the brothers ate a fish when he wasn't supposed to.
We eat fish.
Timmy, these were the stories of the past. And they were three brothers.
We are three, but we aren't brothers.
And we are safe.
Do you like it?
I love it. Can we keep it for a while?
I don't see why not. And that there is their canoe.
But we don't have a canoe.
Maybe we can build one.
Oh yeah, we should get started on that.
Okay, you stargazers, come inside. Dinner's ready.
Health and fitness is becoming more and more popular and lifestyle to most of us. There are a variety of fitness service providers around us whom we can choose based on our need. On today's episode, we have invited Darwin local fitness service provider, training for warrior owners, Tom and Vern on our show. It is really interesting to know that most of the people who come to Northern Territory first, they come as a tourist or a visitor and finally settle down in the top end. That happened to me as well. I came from Sydney during 2009 and happily stayed back in Darwin. Anyway, we'll talk about my experience on some other time. For now, let's find out about the journey of Tom and Vern.
Take it away, Tom.
Okay, so I came over to Australia in 2015. Left the UK in 2015. Came over here, went around, wasn't particularly into health or fitness or anything like that. I was backpacking more than anything else. And I decided to get back into my training, back into my fitness. And got qualified as a PT about 4 or 5 years ago, I think. And then met this big unit and decided to open our own gym, to cut a long story short.
Originally born in Perth in Western Australia, came to Darwin in 1999. Started working as a personal trainer in Perth. So I've been doing this for about over 20 years. Came to Darwin, started doing personal training, worked at various gyms for about 10 years in 2 different separate places, and met Tom at Time Out around about 2015. And we decided that we needed more freedom, so we decided to start this business training for warriors in 2015. So 3 years and 3 years so far.
So why did you choose Darwin to start your business, and when did your gym started actually?
We started in May 2015.
Yeah.
And why did we choose Darwin? I don't know. We were here. It's a beautiful place. The sun is always shining when it's not monsoon and cycloning on us. But yeah, it's a beautiful place to be, you know, and the lifestyle's good here. And there was a gap in the market. You know, there's a lot of gyms in Darwin. There's a lot of 24-hour fitness gyms and that sort of stuff. But what we offer is slightly different to your average, so we just wanted to bring something different to the table for the people of Darwin. Yeah.
So what was your biggest challenge that you have faced while establishing as a reputed fitness provider in Darwin?
I think it was trying to battle through all the misconception and all the BS that's involved in this industry. I think obviously keeping it simple, keeping it a very direct line with people is the main key. I think obviously trying to break down the barriers of what people heard in the past and what really does work. I think that both Tom and I were on the same page and going, let's keep it simple. The simple stuff works. We're just trying to keep it simple, keep it real, and really make people understand exactly what is necessary to get the results. And that's what we're trying to provide in here. Just simple, good quality training regimes and good quality effort in general. Yeah.
So how important fitness to be embedded in daily life to live a healthy living?
Very. I think it's the whole thing. One of the Training for Warriors sayings and one of our sayings is be comfortable being uncomfortable. And daily life, you can make yourself very, very comfortable very, very easily, and that's where problems arise. So to have uncomfortability on a regular basis, on a daily basis in your life is very important. It's important for setting good habits and good eating habits, good training habits, keeps your mind healthy. Healthy body, healthy mind, and vice versa. And both play big parts for that as well. So as far as we live in a day and age where the depression rates, anxiety rates, suicide rates, all that sort of stuff, they're ever increasing. 60% of Australians obese or overweight, the adult population, right? So it's extremely important to set those healthy habits. Some of them don't like doing, but you got to do them anyway. So it's 100% probably the most important thing. Yeah.
So what kind of training does TFW provides to public?
Well, we try and provide a very functional, practical way of actually moving yourself. Okay, so what we try and provide is a way in which we're trying to work on posture, we're trying to work on getting people in the gym and obviously working on looking at people's imbalances and a lot of people, things like glutes and cores are very, very underactive. So I think we look at a very functional way of training, from doing our primal stuff to doing our just general fitness. We do generally obviously try and work on fat loss and fitness as a general rule, but like Tom was saying, a lot of people these days, overweight, obesity, sit down a lot, try and work on a lot of postural stuff, and just trying to make sure that people stay focused, and trying to get the leaner and stronger, and just trying to do things like more suspension training, getting people, teach them how to lift more efficiently, or teach them how to move more efficiently, teach them how to just understand their body more efficiently. And generally, make changes. Not just about moving or just running around. It's actually teaching people how to move and understand their bodies more efficiently. I think is what we try and do.
And this 28-day challenge is very popular among public nowadays. So, what exactly it is, and how does it work?
Our 28-day challenge is basically it's a Kickstarter for people who are trying to lose weight, get leaner, set up some good habits. So, obviously, 28 days is it's not a huge amount of time, but it's enough time for people to come into the gym, start training, start eating right, setting some good habits up basically again, and have some accountability. Like that's probably the biggest thing that we sell as fitness professionals is accountability. The training and the bits and the pieces is all one thing, but having a place where if you don't turn up, we'll get hold of you, we'll email you, we'll text you, and we want you to come in here. So that's a big part of that 28-day challenge as well. It's a way it's an affordable way, it's a very affordable way for people to come in, do some training, get some good guidance. The nutritional guidance that we follow is a low carb, high fat approach. Because generally most people eat too many carbohydrates, and that's not saying that carbohydrates are bad. But if you're sat on your behind for 8 to 10 hours a day and you don't exercise, or you do minimal exercise and you just walk around and stuff like that, then having a low carb, high fat approach, in general, to get people as a start off point really works. So it's a good way of people entering into their fitness journey. That's what it's all about.
So what message would you like to convey to wider public who want to enhance their quality of life through fitness? And if someone wants to join your gym, are there any special going on at the moment, or what do they have to do?
To join us, we have obviously our 28-day challenge. That's a really cool way of people getting involved with us and getting a kickstart. We do 7-day sort of reboot sort of package as far as a 7-day trial. You come in, few training sessions, in-body scans, saunas, meal plans, all that sort of stuff. And look, our core message here is, when you look at the statistics, like I said, 60% of this country is obese or overweight. and there is an abundance of knowledge out there to prevent that from happening, but it's still happening. So we want to provide a place where people, basically we want to provide a place, a comfortable place for people to get very uncomfortable, because your results lie in the uncomfortable zone, okay? So the core message is to try and help the general population, to try and help the general community, normal people like us, everyday weekend warriors, to live a better life, be happier, to try and reduce that statistic so you're not part of that statistic, to help with your depression, to help with your anxiety, and to give a great community place for people to come and train and feel better about themselves. That's what we do. That's what we want to do.
I just want to just mention the fact that coming in and training for warriors, the one message we get from a lot of people is they like the fact that it's not egotistical, it's a good comfortable feel, people feel very welcome in here. When we all train as one, so people feel like they're part of a team, which is very, very important. Nobody feels left out. We can regress and progress movements, exercises to suit somebody who's just starting to somebody who's an advanced trainer. So I think it's important to understand that obviously the training for warriors, it's about bringing out that warrior within. Anyway, we have all different types of different options to suit everybody, and it's about making people feel comfortable. So no matter what you've got inside a facility, if you're not providing a comfortable environment for people to come into, doesn't matter how flash the gym is itself, it's just a place where you can come and actually just be yourself and not feel like you have to be a certain type or a certain person. Everyone's welcome, and what we do try and provide is a comfortable, safe place to come and train.
To get uncomfortable.
Yeah, and to here to help you. It's not everyone's different. Everyone's got different wants and needs. It's important to make sure that everyone feels like when they come in here, they feel comfortable, slightly uncomfortable.
Hope you enjoyed our today's show and inspired by the story of our guests. Thank you very much, Dr. Kush, Tom and Vern, for the opportunity to be a part of your experience and allowing us to share your story with our wider viewers. The aim of our program is to bring such a positive and influential personalities in our show and share your story to motivate and encourage others. Please do send your suggestions and comments, or even nominate some deserving individuals to our show. And to our potential supporters and sponsors, if you'd like to sponsor our program, please do contact us on info@fusionmediaproduction.com. Looking forward to see you all on our next episode with one more interesting and wonderful story. Till then, take care. And by the way, please do like our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you.